Hey, welcome back to another Whiskey Wednesday with your host, Cigar Rockstar. Dudes, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central. Y'all know what it is. Please like, subscribe, share to Cigar Rockstar TV on YouTube. It's Whiskey Wednesday. Hey, tonight we have Allen. He just told me this too. Allen Sanabria
There you go. Hey, you got it right, man. There you go.
from Family by Loyalty to Cigars. You can find him on Instagram at Family X Loyalty. On his website is familyxloyaltycigars.com. What's going on, Al?
Everything's good, man. Everything's gravy, man. Just came back from PCA. A
Yeah,
little
we
bit
we
jet lag.
we was we'll talk about it off camera a little bit. How was PCA for you, bro?
It was actually pretty decent, man. I expected to be better. I came with a number that I wanted to do. I got very close to it. You know what I mean? So I was able to break even. But the most important thing about the PCA for me and for my crew was the fact that we're making connections, relationships, right? Getting
Yeah,
cigar lounges to know about us, let them try our cigar, let seeing people walk around smoking our cigars, people talking about our bands, right? I mean, that was really the biggest part about PCA. It really was about the sales. When you're at our size and we're growing, the most important thing is not necessarily the sales, right? The most important thing is getting to people's hands. Let them
yeah,
smoke it. Let them hear the story, right? And what happens is that a lot of people that heard the story really vibe with the story, really
yeah.
vibe with the brand, right? And the next thing is to have the cigars for themselves.
Yeah, for sure, man. So let's get to the story a little bit. So why is it called like Family by Loyalty, Family X Loyalty, Family by Loyalty? What made you name it Family by Loyalty?
I'll tell you in 1 second after this plane passes, so you don't hear that little background. 1 second.
That's at Miami Life. Is that how it is? Oh man. Well,
All right, passing over now. So the way we came up with the brand, Founded by Loyalty, was first and foremost, we started our business with the pipes almost 4 years ago,
okay.
right?
So the pipe was
And
born
then,
first before you started Dibble and Dale and cigars.
yes, sir.
Well, what made you
This
come out with the
this
pipe?
this was well, it's hot and humid here in Miami, right? And the previous place I was renting, I had a little garage that I'll smoke outside from the garage, bring my laptop out, do my day job as a programmer. And I'll smoke 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I'll start sweating. My laptop was overheating, right? I'll put the cigar down, come back later, and it rained. My cigar was fruit bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yo, I got tired of losing half my cigars. You know what I mean? So I started looking online. So I got those pics. And then when I got the pics, my cigar would either fall down, like here, I'll drop it by accident, right? And I was like, okay, I don't like this. And, I tried to get someone else's that had a pipe. I was like, not liking it. And then my business partner, my brother from another mother, basically one day carved out our first pipe by hand, completely by hand with a machete and a hand sanding tool.
Where's
It
this
was
happen
all,
at? Where's it at?
I don't have it on me right now, but
No, I mean,
like I said,
what was it like? Was it in Miami? Was it in another
yeah,
country?
Miami. No, it was in Miami.
Okay,
It was Miami. So he made me one with single ring gauge. Single ring gauge, 60 ring gauge. That was it. It's all good do. So I could only smoke 60 ring gauge cigars on that pipe. And he gave it to me as a birthday gift. And I was like, hey man, thanks a lot. He said that he saw my face. He was like, okay, he's not really that happy. Right? And I was like, I appreciate the thought though. So then like a month later, he carves me another pipe by hand, but this time with a design of a Punisher on it. Right. And I was like, this is dope. It's still single ring gauge, but he made it smaller so I could fit a Toro in it. I was like, all right, cool. I prefer Toros anyway. And I went to Corona Cigar Lounge for the week because my family was on vacation and I had to work still. And when I got to the cigar lounge around 9:30 in the morning, and I was there to every day to 6 p.m., I had people all day ask me, where can I get that? That's dope. Where can I get that? That's dope.
yeah.
Right. And I was like, that's my gift. That's my birthday gift, man. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. On the second day, when people started asking me that, I started telling people, no, we're a new company. We're in alpha stages, doing QA.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I called my
yeah.
boy, like, yo, we got to start a company like now, like right now. And then we went through the whole QA building process for almost a year before we went live in IG in
So,
January of the
so
following
this
year.
so this idea happened. I think you said what, about 4 years ago,
Yeah.
and then a year of grinding the QA process, seeing getting the design right and all that.
Yeah.
And then you started selling. How was it? So, what, how was it to see you, after this whole design process, the patent and all that come through, and you make your first sale, your first few sales? How was that, man? How was that? Was that pretty elated?
That was, we were excited when we first got on, right? All right, here goes another plane. I don't know if y'all can hear me so well. But it took about 3 months. It took about 3 months for us to make our first sale of the pipe. Because when people saw the pipe, you know how it is, man. If you don't see it in the store, you don't see it in your hand, you're kind of like iffy about it, right? You're like, what's this, right? But as people started getting their hands and people started buying it, we got excited. But it took like almost 6 months for we started making 1 sale a week to making 10 sales a week, right? And we're like, it started to pick up. Then we started people posting on it, people enjoying it, right? So we went through a year of selling some of those pipes, and then I was like, yo, about time we do our own cigar line. And he's like, well, why do you want to do that? And I said, because not for nothing, but a lot of cigars that I smoke don't fit my palate. Like my palate, when it comes to it, I'm not a full strength cigar smoker. I'm a full flavor cigar smoker. Yeah. And I don't like a tight stick. I have zero patience for tight stick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, look, I want to make cigars that we enjoy, that we can smoke every day, full flavor that has transitions. I don't like a one-dimensional cigar. I just don't enjoy it. Yeah. I'd rather put it down and get something else.
Yeah. So you enjoy, you respect the complexities and the maybe the changing flavors after the first third and stuff like that.
Exactly. And that's the reason why when we went to DR to blend it with the Blackbird Factory, we were there for 12 hours a day for 5 days a week blending cigars.
Word. Blackbird. Yeah, I like Blackbird.
Yeah, Jonas is an amazing dude. Yeah,
Jonas is a good dude for sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we were there for 5 days. We came out with our lines and we came out with our own unique size, right? We call it the pipe size, a 3.5 by 52.
All right. So you went to you linked up with Jonas from Blackbird. He's probably one of the better, if not, I don't want to say the best. He's one of the top people coming out of Dominican Republic. What made you choose Jonas? What made you choose Dominican Republic?
Well, I'll be honest, man. I hit some of the big names first, right? But the buy-in was ridiculous. I mean, we invested almost $250,000 right in the company, right? All of our savings. But sometimes the buy-in is $500,000. Sometimes the buy-in is $1 million.
Are you kidding me?
Right? Like you can't. I'm dead ass. No, with the big names, yeah. You know what I mean? And then you could go with a no-name factory, and depending on the quality of cigars you have, the quality of the master blender, the quality of the rollers, you're taking a gamble, right? Mm-hmm. And when I approached Jonas, Jonas looked at me real iffy, like, because he says, I got like 100 people calling me a week that want to do their own blend, and I never hear from them again, And when he realized we were serious after 3 months when we went to DR and we're there with him. He's like, wow, y'all fucking serious. I'm like, yeah, we fucking serious. We ain't playing.
Yeah.
And him and I became tight. We kept doing it. I worked with the master blender, Papo El Caballo, which is one of the most humble people I've met in my life. I call him Theo because that guy is amazing. You know what I mean? And when you meet good people, and Jonas has good people by his side, when you meet good people, right? That's what it is. I mean, that's what we call family by loyalty. We tell people all the time, we live our brand. We don't that's just not the name of our brand. We live our brand. I raised my oldest nephew. I raised my oldest niece. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I take care of what I call my family. Doesn't mean you're my blood to be my family. It means you're my family. Like John and I, we met day one and we family.
Yeah. Word.
You know what I mean? Like, so, that's what it is. So like when we say family by loyalty, like when it comes back to around the cigars, that's what it really comes down to. Why we chose the Wolf Pack. Because in the Wolf Pack, you don't gotta be blood to be family. You gotta be loyal. Right? And why do we choose the names of Nordic mythology of the wolves of Odin, the wolves of Loki? Because we have based our blends based on those wolves.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. So I saw you have 5 cigars, 5 blends.
Yeah.
They're each the labels are very unique, different colors. I saw the wolf on each of them. So what did you, and you said you came out? Did you come out all 5 at the same time?
Well, we came out with 2 first. Then the 3. We came out with Frecky and Jerry first.
What was the first 2? Yeah, what was the first 2 in the colors?
So it was a light blue and a dark blue. Frecky and Jerry. Frecky's the dark blue, Jerry's the light blue. They're twin wolves in the Nordic mythology. which means both cigars have the same blend inside, the same binder, same filler, and the same transitions. So the binder will be a Criollo 98, the filler with the sweetness, the filler Criollo 98 again with some more sweetness. Then you got the Pennsylvania broadleaf, the Corojo, and the Nicaraguan Ligero. Now, Jerry's an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, right? And Frecky is a Mexican San Andres wrapper.
Yeah.
So with Jerry, you get a lot of white pepper in it, and you get a lot of like that little citrusy notes. On the retro, you get like some baking spices, which I really, really love. It's like, to me, it's like when you walk into a bakery and smell that yeast rise, right? And when we tell people that each of those cigars had 3 transitions, they think I'm full of shit. I did an event here in Miami one day. A bunch of lawyers were there, bankers were there. I gave them all samples of Frecky and Jerry. I told them the whole spiel. Walked around the room every 15, 20 minutes. Hey, it's kind of mild in strength. I'm like, but the flavor's really good. I'm like, keep going, though. Keep going. By the time I came back in the final third, they're like, yo, every time I put my cigar down, pick that shit back up, this shit changed on me, got better. I thought somebody took my damn cigar. And that was the key. And that's all our cigars. All our cigars has at least one or more transitions.
I think it's dope that you refer to them as Frankie and Jerry. I think that I like that a lot. A
lot of people when they hear me say Frecky, they're like, oh, Freaky. I'm like, well, if you want to call it Freaky, man, that's up to you, baby. But it's called Frecky and Jerry.
Yeah, for sure. So you mix those two down in the yard with Jonas Blackbird. What after you mix them, I mean, was it selling everything you thought it would be? Did you hit the mark on the blend and the flavor you wanted to?
So the good part is that we did a soft release in Houston last year, right? And we saw people were enjoying them. People were buying a 5-pack from us and literally come back buy another 5-pack from us. So we hustled hard in Houston. Yeah. And we only brought 200 cigars with us just to see, about the soft release. Within 2 nights of selling it, I had to stop selling it the first night because I was about to be sold out for my event. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, getting a good reception, right? People are enjoying it. And then when we got back, we went to DR, finished the other 3 blends. We literally went to DR like a week later, finished the rest of the 3 blends. And the rest of the 3 blends follow the same concept. That's why we have Hati and Skull, the other 2 twin wolves, which is the yellow band and the gray band, right? The yellow band being a Cuba Brazil wrapper, the gray band being a Connecticut Shade wrapper. But again, being twin wolves, they have the same blend inside, same binder and filler. The binder, someone's at my door. So the binder on both of them is Criollo 98, and the filler on both of them is Corojo and Nicaraguan Ligero. Skull being the yellow band, Cuba Brazil wrapper, Mata Fina, which is really our hottest seller. That cigar is everywhere it's at. North Carolina sells really quick up in the cigar loft, and Presque, Arizona they already sold out. They're placing another order in a couple of days of Skull and Hati. Hati being the Connecticut Shade wrapper. So with the Cuba Brazil wrapper, you get those sweetness, earth tones, chocolate tones, espresso tones, little hints of white pepper, and it starts off in strength, mild plus. But when you're smoking this, it's such full in flavor. You think it's a bit stronger than it is, and it's not really that strong, but it's full in flavor. But as you keep progressing, by the second half, we blended it so that the Ligero kicks in close to the second half, and the Corojo kicks in more by the second half. So by the time you get to that second half, boom, in your palate, right? And then the Connecticut Shade, go ahead.
No, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. I thought you was going to go ahead.
No, and then the Connecticut Shade wrapper Hati, it's like a sweet, citrusy notes from the very beginning, full of cream, full of smoke. It's not your mild Connecticut. It's not your boring Connecticut, right? But again, since it's the same blend, the same profile, it follows the same transitions and strength levels. So by the time you're done with Hati, it's no longer a mild stick. It's on a medium plus spectrum. And then we have the last stick. The last stick is Fenrir, the Endbringer.
Say it again. What's the name of? What is it?
Fenrir.
Fenbear.
No, Fenrir. Fenrir.
Oh man. Okay. Fenrir. I got you.
And that cigar is a box press covered foot pigtail. And then the blending is an Indonesian Sumatra wrapper and binder. And then the filler, Cubano 2000 with Corojo and Nicaraguan Ligero. And for the moment you like that sweetness and creaminess to your palate, white pepper, chocolate, balancing out those notes. And it's just a smooth cigar with a retrohale that you won't hear. Even if you're a beginner, that retro hair won't make you tear.
Now, how much of that? How much of you were involved in the process of blending? Was it all you? Or did Jonas have his 2 cents in it? Did your team come together and do this?
So listen, I said we flew to DR. It's based on my palate. I was the yes no guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was there blending there, yes no. Jonas would put in his 2 cents. My business partner Ernie would put his 2 cents. My boy who's with me, Sergio from Cigars podcast, he'll put in his 2 cents. Right. I want the master blender, but I'm very particular because again, I like full flavor. I don't like a milder flavor cigar.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm blending the cigar and we're there smoking it, and I feel that the notes are too subtle, if I feel like the flavor is just too subtle, I'm not gonna smoke it. If I'm not gonna smoke it, how the fuck can I sell it to y'all?
Well, I might have liked it, bro. I mean, I don't know.
but it's true. Listen, everybody has different palates, right? Some people love vodka, some people love rum, some people love bourbon, right? So, but for me to sell my cigar, I had to fall in love with it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Right. 1 second. A lot of dogs are barking.
See the gray. I don't know who this is.
Sorry about that. I had people come up the house. So yeah. And let me tell you something. Jonas told me that. He's like, Allen, you can't make the cigars just for you because not everybody's gonna have your palate. And I said, you're right. Then they won't buy my cigars. That's why I have 5 different blends. But that means when they're smoking my Connecticut shade, they're gonna be impressed. I'm sure they are. Right? Yeah. My cigars are not made to be subtle in notes. They're able to be more loud like I am. Like those of you who know me well know I'm a clown. Know I love to joke. Right? It's like in progress. But no, I love to have a good time. So the cigars had to follow who I am. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I hear you 100%. I mean, so it is Whiskey Wednesday, bro. I'm drinking on some whiskey for the night. What would you pair with? Let's talk about the first two. The first two you came out with. What'd you start pairing them with, off top?
For me, it was rum. I love rum. And since all of our cigars are full in flavor from the beginning, right? I feel the sweeter notes of a rum or of a latte, right, go well with my cigars, each and every one of them, right? I feel like when a cigar has milder notes, I feel that you want something maybe a little bit more intense, maybe like a whiskey, like for me, like a Balvenie 14, still aged in a Caribbean cask.
Yeah. Hey, I
or
love that Balvenie.
Or Abuelo. The Abuelo 15 rum, which is aged in one of them is aged in a sherry cask. So I like to have drinks with a sweeter note, or even a wine like a port wine, or even a beer, a nice dark ale that has those sweeter notes in it, like a Chimay blue. Right.
Yeah. Now have you found out? Since you get your blends in Dominican Republic, have you found that maybe pairing it with some type of Dominican libation pairs well with out of the factory?
Well, yeah, like Brugal 1888 or their new one, the Brugal double Reserva, goes really well.
Hey, you speak Chinese to me, man. I don't know about none of them. John, you got them. John, I know you're I know you're a rum guy, John. No, you're a tequila guy, John. Is it rum or tequila?
I drink both. Well, I drink everything, but I start with rum or I'll start with tequila. It just depends on the night. So, but I'll always fuck with a nice dark rum over anything else. But if we only got bourbon, I'll fuck with some bourbon. So it is all good.
Yeah. So Al, man, you mentioned 4 years ago with the pipes, maybe about 3 years ago with the cigars, man. The pandemic, we're still in the pandemic, man. We're year 2.5. How'd you make it through the pandemic, man? Like, you have any fears with that?
No, I mean, listen, when it comes to cigar industry, no, because the cigar industry to me is like the alcohol industry. They ain't going anywhere. They're gonna try to take it somewhere, but they ain't going anywhere, right? When people smoke cigars, it's how it makes you feel. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Right. And when it comes to smoking a cigar, it's a meditative process. It makes you sometimes feel good about yourself at the moment, right? Where you're reading a book, where you're listening to a podcast.
Oh, and it looks like we lost. Oh, there we go. Al, you there? You there?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
Sorry, it keeps disconnecting. I apologize. But like I said to you, like for me, the cigar experience was not going to go anywhere. Like the alcohol survived all the different issues they had gone through, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, yes, the government can impose more taxes. Yes, higher taxes, but we're still going to find a way to get cigars into our hands.
For sure, for sure. Hey, so you mentioned, I know you got loyaltyxfamilycigars.com. Is that how people?
Family X Loyalty.
I'm
Family
sorry,
X Loyalty Cigars.com.
my bad. Family X Loyalty cigars.com on the internet. What do you have? Are you more keen to brick and mortars, or you do online sales, or it's a little bit of both?
Actually, for my website, I only do samples, and the reason why I only do samples is because I trying to give the stores a chance to carry us and sell our sticks. We don't want the consumers coming directly to us buying boxes. We want the brick and mortars, right, to do that.
Yeah, what markets have you penetrated as far? Are you in Texas? I mean, come on. I'm in Texas. Are you
Yeah,
in
well,
Texas?
so basically the Den Cigar Lounge was opening up in a week. Up in Houston, Texas, they have a restaurant there.
I
They
never
just
heard of it.
ordered out.
Okay.
They just ordered out 15 boxes.
Oh,
And up in
word.
El Paso, Texas, Vitola's Epic Inc. They just ordered 33 boxes.
Oh, how the heck you get to El Paso, man? Nobody don't go to El Paso.
Yeah, listen. What I did was 3 months ago, I decided I'm gonna go through scour the internet and find boutique shops, and ask them if they would like to try our cigars, and possibly if they like them and they have shelf space to carry us. And we did that. We sent it up to like 30 plus stores across the United States.
So there's a lounge in Fort Worth, Texas, man. They mainly focus on boutiques there. It's called Underground Cigar Lounge, man. They do a trade show every year. It's called Underground Cigar Fest. Al, man, you should look them up, man. Underground Cigar Lounge. They mainly, all they have in there is boutiques.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, Emmett came through from Emmett Cigars. You know, he's in Texas too. He's a boxing promoter right now as well, and he has his own cigar lounge. And he told me that he enjoyed the sticks. That he's gonna hit me up in a couple of weeks. So he brings me through to his lounge. He has an expanding. His humidor is expandable. It's pretty freaking dope. He can keep expanding to whatever size he wants to.
Yeah, that must be nice, man. So, I mean, so you mentioned you created the cigars that fit in the pipe. Is there any aspiration in the future to go, bigger sizes, smaller sizes, Lanceros, any of that nature? Any Vitolas?
Yeah, but so right now, like I said, we have, well, only one of our lines is for the pipes called pipe size, but we have the Robusto, we have Gran Toro as well. Okay. As far as going to a Gordo, going to a Lancero, a double Corona, yes, we're gonna look into those in the following year. But the key is about maintaining that consistency and flavor and transitions, right? It's not always easier. The larger the ring gauge you go, it's a little bit more difficult to be able to hold on to those transitions and not make the draw so airy, right?
Yeah.
So if we're gonna go to a larger ring gauge, it has to follow that because I don't want to lose the perspective. The perspective from our view is this: all our cigars from this line are full in flavor with transitions. So if we go to a Lancero, it has to still have that same effect, right? If we go to a Gordo, it still has the same effect as well. Otherwise, it would not make sense for us because we don't want our brand name for that line to be damaged and say, well, it tastes all amazing in these sizes, but in these sizes it doesn't. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, are you a fan of infused or flavor cigars? You got a line of those coming out?
No, sir.
Not at all. Like, okay.
No disrespect to everybody else who does. It's just not my thing.
It's not your thing. Yeah, not your thing.
I'll be honest, man. I'm probably not the smartest businessman because again, I really believe on the family by loyalty. I really believe on standing my ground. I believe in being who I am, right? Like I was chilling with this guy Ed from Cali, all tatted up. He already posted our cigars twice today, and he has a lounge there. He's the one who wants to bring us over there. But he was talking about the distributor license, and he's like, "Yo, I fucks with you. I vibes with you. I love your cigars. If you can figure out this distribution license shit, I'll carry them." You know what I mean? So my thing is like, I already got a friend right there. I already got a brother right there. And so it's not always just about making these sales. It's about making those connections because eventually they're gonna buy.
Yeah, for sure, man. So let's go back to the pipes for a little bit, man. So I looked on the website, man. You got some pretty dope pipes. Who is the creative design behind the pipe releases?
My brother, my business partner, Ernie. He's a master wood artist there.
It's working with your brother. Is working with your brother? Is that a no-brainer? Have y'all always been tight?
Yeah, that's how we came with the name, Fan by Loyalty. I'm saying when we met through our wives. And the first time we smoked together, I vibed with him, he vibed with me. The second time we hung out, we were drinking, and I looked at him and I said, yo, you don't realize it yet, but you're my brother. And he's like, man, I'm not like that person. Maybe I found you cool, but maybe we'll see down the line. And then like 4 months later, he goes, I don't know how the fuck you knew this. And that's what it was. I mean, it's like John Calorie and I met. We were like, yo, we're brothers. And it was just like that. We've been tight since then. You know, it's something you feel. Look, man, like people could be two-faced. People could be like they have a mask up. They're one person. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, I'm not the dude that's going to go and make connections, relationships with everybody just so that in the future I could use you. That ain't me.
Yeah.
You either down with me or you not.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. You know, I ain't trying to be that person that has 1,000 friends that I could just pull out my Rolodex and be like, yo, I need this, I'm gonna call him. I need this, I need that, I'm gonna call her. Like, no, I want real friends that I can have a real conversation with. You know what I mean? And maybe down the line, if we need each other's help, we got each other. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, I ride with that, man. So, man, you seem like you're pretty dope when it comes to the family and the loyalty, man. Where does that? I know you say you grew up in New York and you've been in Miami for 10 years now. What is that? You know, where does that loyalty come from? Is it have you always been brought that way? Does it come from your mom, your dad?
No, it doesn't come from that at all. It's the fact that my backstory is this. Until I was about 13 years old, I lived in and out of homeless shelters with my mother. Right? We had, you know, wealthy family members, but it don't matter. I lived in aunt's house for a few weeks, get kicked out from there with me and my mama, go to a boyfriend's house in a aluminum house in Puerto Rico with no electricity, go live in a church for about 6 months, lived in a woman's battered shelter for another 6 months. I had to learn how to make friends quick. I had to learn how to, you know, be that person that can communicate with people quickly, right? And be honest with you and be real with you. Like, when I was 16, I had a dog and I was like, yo, I love dogs more than I like people, right? Yeah. And it's because people are just always interested in their own thing.
Yeah, a lot of them.
You know what I mean? And then as I got older and more mature, I started meeting what I call my real family. People that have been by my side since day one. People that got my back. And that's how the name Family by Loyalty was born. Because the people in my family, from mom's side and dad's side, besides a few of my cousins and my brother who passed away in December, there was no loyalty.
Yeah, I hear you. I got you, man. So you got 5 blends, man. You got five blends, 5 sizes. What? So it seems like they're all very flavorful, very transition. You like multiple transitions. Are you gonna have like that one unicorn stick that just has that has not Allen all over it, that maybe just a regular stick, no transitions? The unicorn stick.
You know, I could tell you this. I had a plan of releasing a new stick for the end of this year to commemorate my brother as a limited edition, right? But I couldn't get that to fruition for this year. So we will see for next year. You know what I mean? But as far as like flavors, like, you know, this is why I bring multiple people with me to blend, right? Because I don't want to be the dictator of the cigars, right? I want to have people, you know, smoke with me that have similar profiles, who have sensitive palates, that will also help center me when I'm blending the next line of cigars.
So you mentioned you went to, you know, you may have reached out to a couple other people that wanted the buy-in it's crazy, man. It was crazy. After hearing those buy-ins, you know, it kind of slap in the face, man. Was there any point you were like, oh man, you start to doubt yourself and maybe give up the cigar game?
No.
Just stick with the pipe holders?
Nah, because if you just heard my backstory, So
Yeah,
after all the bullshit
tenacity.
I've been through my life, you think I'm gonna quit? Nah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep pushing. No, man. I mean, listen, I'm at where I'm at today because I keep pushing. I'm the type of person that I may get my emotions, I may get my feelings, but I'm gonna kick my ass back up and keep going forward. Because in this lifetime, you don't gain nothing by staying still. You don't gain nothing by being stagnant. You don't gain nothing by saying, woe is me. I
Mhm.
don't play the woe is me card. You ask me about my past, I tell you about my past. I don't use that to say, oh, woe is me. No, that just makes me stronger, it makes me harder.
You mentioned, I think in the capture conversation, you mentioned your day job, you use a programmer. How much of the programming aspect do you use in creating your cigar blends or being successful
No,
with your business?
it has nothing to do with that. I mean, the programming is something I used to love, right? And that's
Yeah.
as a way of not only taking care of my family, but that's how I self-invest into this business. That's why we got no outside investors. We use our own money to do this.
That's crazy, man. That's tough. Hey, some people will be like, hey, don't do that. But I guess it's working for you.
The reason why I did is because, again, I'm not trying to give somebody half my company for all the hard work I'm gonna do.
Uh-huh.
Nah,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't flying.
Yeah, I hear you on that, man. Hey, shout out to entrepreneurs out there. That's dope. That's dope for sure. I mean, we've been rocking for we've been sidebarring for at least an hour now. I want to open the floor for questions. Anybody got any questions?
I think half the people here know me pretty well already.
Why we only have one spot in North Carolina that carry your blend, man?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
Uh-oh.
No, listen,
Nah.
I seen you trying to, you know what I'm saying, when we was in Aroma, you know what I'm saying? Like, all I need is some business cards, man. Let's make it happen.
I appreciate it, man. Like
Cigar Loft is like an hour away from us, so we don't even really go there.
No, but it's funny because I went to, Ash and Barrel, right?
Yeah.
And I went there and I met with the tobacconist, who's Marcos, I think his name is. Real cool. Real.
So Duncan is the tobacconist there. Marco works with him, but Duncan is kind of like that dude. Because Marco also is with I know he chills at the Cigar Loft a lot as well.
Yeah. So when I was there, you know what I mean? I supported Ash and Barrel. I bought some drinks for me and my partner, bought some cigars from them. And I guess, I'm not sure if that was, the dude you just mentioned, but like, he looked like he wasn't feeling us being there because we didn't create an appointment to be there, right? And funny enough, he comes to my booth on Monday. He's like, you remember me? I'm like, yeah, I remember you. He says, man, your cigars, they do taste well. And once I have some shelves, I'll bring them in. I said, well, to be honest with you, I told him just like this. I don't think you like my ass. Because I gave your boy some cigars, went to your bar, bought some drinks, and I see you whispering in his ear with a sour face. And he was like, his eyes opened up like this. I was like, it is what it is. You don't vibe, you don't vibe. And he was like, no, man, I wasn't having a good night. But your cigars taste really well. Listen, like, I'm about business, but if you don't like me, you don't like me. It's cool.
Yeah, just keep it a buck. Yeah, just keep it a buck. Like, I don't like that neither. And like, I've tried to steal the pipe from Miyagi like twice, man. Like, yeah, the pipe was fire.
No, thank you, bro.
One of these pipes for sure.
I think the one he had was like, it reminded me of like the Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So in Spanish, we actually named that pipe El Castigador because the Punisher look on it with the cigar coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, it was crazy. I love that pipe.
So Al,
like I said, okay.
So Al, man, you got cigar pipes.
Ahead,
you got cigars, man. Is there any other accessories you think about coming out with?
Not right now. No, right now we're focused on pipes.
I like the
cigars.
I like the family by loyalty. Just that phrase alone, bro. I mean, I can see that on t-shirts, on hats, on all of that. And if I would be remiss to say, what's up, housewife Alicia McGee's in here. She creates t-shirts as well.
Hey, look.
Yeah, he always have the fire hats.
What a hat line at, Al? What a hat line at?
Actually, I got about 150 in my house right now. I'm about to post on my website. I got on black, royal blue, and burgundy.
What's on? So what's on the front? Is that a
That's our emblem, family by loyalty, with the shield and a sword going through.
Oh man, okay. So where does I see that you got the wolf pack on every label.
Yeah.
And you also have it on the hat, but that's the logo. The one on the front is the logo.
Yeah, that's our emblem. Yeah, family by loyalty.
Got you.
Because technically the wolf pack is our line of cigars.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because what we're trying to do is family by loyalty is going to be a major brand for us, not just cigars. We're trying to do cigars, clothing, alcohol. We're trying to go big. We and always live that life. Matter of fact, as we get bigger, as we start hiring people, it's like, if I don't feel that loyalty with you, if you're not vibing with me, if I feel you're a creepy motherfucker, you ain't working for me no matter how smart you are.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand. So you got the wolf pack for the first 5, man. What's the next iteration?
I've had a few thoughts. I can't really speak about it, you know what I mean? But it's me following something similar.
Yeah, somebody told me it should be like the Falcon or something. I'm just kidding. That's bad. Bad joke. It's all good.
Like coming from New York, like where do you see your, what I'm saying? We have some of the black stories. Like, where do you see your brand? Like you've been doing this 4 years, I think I heard you say. Like, where do you see this thing going in the next 5 years?
I see myself being as big as Blackbird or bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I see myself being global. And it's not being cocky, it's just that this is what I plan on doing. And I got the right people behind my back. Listen, John and I keep helping each other grow. Kevin and I, keep doing what we gotta do. Like, it's people who rock with us, we can rock with them. They're gonna help us, we're gonna help them. Man, I came really cool with Allen Martinez Cigars over they're gonna help rock us, we're gonna rock them. Artist Cigar, Don Luis.
So it seems like, man. So I met you at Tampa Cigar Week. You've done TPE. You also done PCA. How do you get your brand out there? Is it going to these trade shows? Is it word of mouth? What do you do to get your brand out there?
It's the trade show, the IG. It's the the constant pushing of the lines. You know what I mean? It's not easy, dude. You know how many cigars you have to get out for free? You know how much that costs? I've given out thousands of dollars of cigars. And people always want free shit.
Yeah. Is that nature of the beast?
That's the nature of the beast, man. That's the nature of the beast. People always want free stuff. They don't realize it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, I hear that. Any more questions from the room? Any more questions?
No, don't have any questions.
I don't have no questions, but I'm putting my bid in because I got Allen's number and I know how to stalk him. Y'all, like Queen City Cigar Fest, you already know what it is. We had this discussion way before, but I ain't gonna hold you to that.
Yeah, we did.
So that's what it is, man. I just like the energy, man. I appreciate the energy that you bring. You know what I'm saying? I gotta support, you know what I'm saying? New York, we gotta stay together. These us against the world, man. We down in the South, but you know what I'm saying? We still have a hustle mentality that's like no other.
I respect it too, and I hear that, man. So I met you in Tampa, man, and just from conversation, man, I just tell you, you're a real dude, man, and I respect the genuality of it. I respect the authenticity. I thought, the A word, authenticity. Authenticity of it, man, and to me, man, that goes a long way, man. The cigar world, man. I mean, just meeting people and knowing how real you are. Does that get a lot of support for you?
Actually, it does. I mean, I got a lot of people that can't stand me. They either love me, you hate, right?
Where's the hate come from, though? I mean, you. I mean, I wanted to see you had a conversation. I didn't even know you from from Joe or whatever it may be.
Coming back in.
I don't understand what's going on here. It says 5G, says I got 5 bars, and it keeps disconnecting.
Hey man, that's that Boost Mobile, man. That's Boost Mobile, man.
That's T-Mobile.
Here we go.
That's ancient, though.
Here we go. Going into the
There we
petty
go.
hour. Here we go.
Yeah. No, what I was saying to you is this: they either love me or hate me. Listen, I've run into cats. I won't say no names that think they're from school. You know what I mean? I just private meeting at ACA when I'm running to somebody like I met this one dude from LFD rep, man, down as fuck, cool as fuck, and we got each other's number, we talking, we chilling. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather run into the people that we vibe with, and then eventually the dudes that I don't vibe with, they don't buy my cigars. They don't gotta deal with me. They can buy my cigars. You don't gotta be cool with me. You know, it's what it is.
So we've been throwing around the word boutique, man. You boutique, boutique company, cigar company. What does it mean to be boutique? And are you comfortable being boutique, or would you rather, the growth, you're gonna eventually not be a boutique? The growth of boutique companies right now, man, and the love they get.
Boutique is about the mindset. Okay, what do you think Patel and these bigger companies now starting marketing new cigars boutique, right? It's a mindset. What these big brands are realizing is this: those subtle note cigars that you have to, really pick them out. They're not selling as much as the louder cigars. Like Blackberry Studios are a loud brand, and the cigars tend to be full body but full flavor too, right? So to me, what boutique really stands for is the fact that we ain't making boring cigars for y'all. We're making good cigars that you enjoy. So yes, from that definition of boutique, we will always be boutique no matter how big we get.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that really hits it on the head. That's something that, for me, that I like about the boutique cigars, because every one of you that I've met, because I've met you, run into you a few times, Allen, but, I've smoked every one of your cigars. I've got one of your damn pipes. I love it. And for me, when you smoke cigars like that, you feel the pride of ownership in that. It's not, I'm just pushing out a new cigar. I'm not just trying to, give something new to to everybody and make a big deal out of myself. It's that pride of ownership, and it comes through. And for me, that's why I will always lean heavily towards the boutique cigars. So I love being able to meet the people, the owners, the creators of all of that, just so I can say, hey, I know that guy put his blood, sweat, and tears into this cigar. You feel that coming through. And I love that. So.
And I appreciate that.
Al, do you think
that's awesome.
Do you think the exclusiveness of your cigar also helps? Because I know a lot of us here that when we go into cigar lounges and we go look to see what they have, we always try to find that gem, and knowing that your cigar is not everywhere. Like when I went to Cigar Loft, I had to buy everything they had because I know I ain't gonna get it nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You think that adds to your success?
It adds a little bit, because a lot of the cigar stores that came up to me and have bought from me or something to buy for me next week or two, the first thing they ask me is, "Are you in this location?"
Always.
And when I say no, bet we got you. Can you do an event with us? I would like, I'll do an event. You got to buy 30 boxes. I ain't going there for free. I know events are not about making money, but it's about breaking even. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, that does help a lot. Like the Dense Cigar Lounge in Houston is opening up this week, right? He's like, yo, I'm going to push you. I'm going to make y'all big and y'all make us big. We're going to do an event, right? Right?
It's a mutual respect thing that helps the companies grow.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know how to raise my hand virtually, so I'm just.
I see you, housewife. I see you, housewife. Go ahead.
I don't even know how to do that. But Allen, let me ask you a question. So, why do they ask you that? Are you being sold at a certain location? Is it so that you will have exclusivity there at their lounge?
It's the same reason Tyson said. He had to travel a hot minute to get our cigars, right? So that means if that store has our cigars, the only one in that 20-mile, 30, 40-mile radius, and people want that cigar, they're going to travel over to you to go get that cigar.
So
right? Which means it increases sales of our brand.
Okay. I get it. That is really a boutique then, you can only get this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, which makes their store more exclusive.
Right,
Which
right.
makes people travel more to them.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
It's, for
I
instance,
thought you were saying.
had
I
a
thought you were saying it in a derogatory way. If you weren't
No.
being sold there, they didn't want to carry your line.
No, it's more this way. It's like, hey, are you here? We love your cigars. We get a lot of people talking about cigars. So if they're the only one in the 20, 30, 40-mile radius, increases their sales. I'll give you a prime example. On Tuesday, I had a customer come through and says to me, Allen, I love your sticks. I'm like, where'd you get it from? He says, I had to drive to Prescott to pick up your sticks. I had to buy a couple boxes. You know what I mean? And bring them back home with me. So in the Prescott store, they already bought from us. They bought from us 22 boxes of TPE. They got shipped out to them on the first week of May. On the third week of May, they ordered another 22 boxes. And now they're down to the last 5. And now they're supposed to place another order. Because they got a lot of traffic from Nevada and California. You see what I'm saying to you? So that's why when we tell stores, we want strong stores. If you don't sell boutiques or you don't have tobacconists or you don't know the cigars just you have there, no disrespect. I don't want to be in your store because you're gonna buy us once, you're not gonna buy us again because you're not even pushing boutiques. You're not even explaining to your customers what they got. I want a store that says, yo, I smoke these cigars. I love these cigars. And guess what? Let me talk to you. Someone says to me, hey, I want a cigar that tastes like this, or he said, hey, how about you try this brand? Let me push you to this cigar and this brand. Why don't you try that? Mm-hmm. See, the cigar lounges are doing that. Let me be real. They're making more money than cigar lounges that let the customers walk in, buy what they want, and walk out.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah, me
it's
too.
that customer service that actually puts the cherry on the top when you can, your product.
And that's the reason why. And that's the reason why brick and mortars will never die. Good brick and mortars, right? Because you got the online sales. Yeah, you get the cigars cheaper. But when you go to a lounge, to have an experience, to be with your peoples, down and chill, right? So you're always gonna hit a lounge, right? Because that's where you want to feel at home when you're there.
Yeah.
That's why good brick and mortars ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. So I feel like, man, this is just my opinion, man. My opinion is it seems like cigars now are more of a, maybe not more, but they're high on the social scene. Like people don't even smoke, but they want to come out because it's a social function. And in that aspect, that's not really a bad thing. But I feel like education is lost a lot on cigars because of the social growing of it. So how important is it?
Listen, this is like my pet peeve. Listen, when we do a cigar week, everybody wants to look good. That's cool. Everyone wants to have a good time. That's cool. But promote your vendors, which is why, like another plane, which is why, with John Colley, what Kevin's doing about with the cigar weeks, what Tyson, Drita doing, right? Like the cigar weeks, it's about looking good and having fun, but at the same time, it's about education. It's about talking about the cigar vendors that are there, getting those people to know their brand, to buy from them. I've been to other cigar weeks, which I won't mention no names, where it's just straight, dressed to impress. The vendors get really no love, and all they think about there is, fucking, drinking, and looking good for the camera.
Yeah. Now is that if you will say, in your opinion, is that necessarily a bad look for the cigar community?
No. I think what I love about what everybody's doing is we're having fun together. But when it comes to the vendors, right, it's not a good look when the vendors are not selling, when the vendors are not getting love from the ambassadors, the owners of those events. Because what's happening is I'm spending my money to travel to your event. I'm giving you out samples for your VIP. And I'm there spending money on hotel, car rental, food. And so if you're not pushing your people to buy our cigars and let us educate them, then why am I keep going back? Which is why I'll do a cigar week once for a particular cigar week. And if it ain't ran correctly, I ain't going back. It's what it is.
Yeah. So Vegas, there's TPE, there's PCA. We got John on here. He's doing a boutique cigar expo. There's one in Indiana, Boutique Cigar Fest. So you know, you've been to TPE and PCA, and now these two boutiques are coming up.
Yeah.
These boutique trade shows coming up.
Yeah.
What are your expectations? Do you see any difference?
Yeah, there is, because like when I went to Tampa Cigar Week, and I'm not just because that's my boy, I'm just being real. That was the first cigar week I came out positive with cost and everything.
Yeah,
that's the first one I came out positive.
That's dope. Shout out John though. That's dope.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
John.
So
that's my dog.
You know that
I got you, KO. You too, KO. Shout out KO.
That's the reason why, like I said, I'll do cigar week once. But if I feel that the ambassadors and the owners of that event don't do the due diligence for the vendors, yeah, remember, it's a party scene. We want to enjoy, have a great time, but the vendors spend a lot of money to be there.
We have to remember, at the end of the day, it's a business. It's your business. It has to be profitable for you to show up to somewhere. So, you know, if you're coming negative every time, yes, you want, it's that balance. And that's, for me, why John and KO, I don't want to leave them out. Yeah. That's why they crush their that's why they crush theirs, because every event that we did every day, you know, John, you know, you guys were all talking about the vendors every time. And, you know, for me, just as a spectator at that one, you know, it was like, I knew who each of those vendors was by the time I left 3 or 4 days later. I was like, I knew every one of those vendors. I still work with them, you know, and that, to me, that's successful. And I think that's, when they're put together right, those vendors should walk away happy every time.
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's important that leading up to the event that you also highlight your sponsors, because of course they did give, you know, you cigars, and you know, they are taking time out. You know, we made it a point. That's something important. If we're having, you know, if we're having a certain cigar brand, we made sure that, hey, we're going to promote you up until the event, at the event, and then even after. You know, we're going to make sure that you definitely feel like, okay, I did well here. I did well. And that's definitely important, because like you said, you giving away cigars, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. You know, and that's why I'm saying, like, you know, that's why, like, you know, like I said, I'm thinking about trying to do y'all, like I said, depending on the schedule, you know what I mean? And depending on I'll be honest with you, on the funds, because, man, traveling is expensive. Let's just be real. You know, for me, it's a dice roll. You know, if I go and I don't make back the money that I invested in it, I at least make it back, I'm in the negative at that point.
Yeah, that's important. We definitely understand. That's important.
Yeah. So you know, this is Whiskey Wednesday, folks. This is your boy Cigar Rockstar. We're on here with Allen Sanabria. He is.
Oh shit, he got it right. There you go.
Roll that R.
he is with Family by Loyalty, Family X Loyalty on Instagram. He's with Family X Loyalty Cigars on his website. So Alan, let me ask you, man. It's, you know, we're having a conversation here. We're just chilling. I ask tough questions sometimes. So a lot of times, man, it seems like I hear boutiques are hard to work with because they ain't got the capital to back them up or whatever. Which I understand that as an entrepreneur, I understand that. How do you find the middle? How do you make it to where I guess both
I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, because for instance, like I told you, we invested $250,000 into our brand, right?
Yeah.
And that made us almost 50. That made us over 50,000 cigars. So we can get into a lot of stores, and then as we flip those cigars, we're making more, right? Now it's different. If you come into if you try to start your own cigar line with $2,000, it's rough. If you try to start your cigar line with $10,000, it's rough, right? When if you want good branding, let me tell you, cigars, you pay a cigar anywhere between $1 and maybe, depending who you're working with, maybe 3, 4, right? Now, when you have a cigar, then you gotta pay the cigar tax for each cigar. Okay? Then you gotta pay for the label for each cigar. Right? Then you gotta pay for the box for each cigar. Right? And you can't buy one label per cigar you have. You gotta buy 10,000 labels, 50,000 labels, 100,000 labels.
Yeah.
When you buy boxes, you can't buy just 10 boxes or 100 boxes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You gotta buy 1,000 boxes, 5,000 boxes, 10,000 boxes. Right? So the thing is this, like when you try and do your own label, you gotta ask yourself, am I just 5 packs? Because that's what I can afford, right? Am I gonna, just put them in baggies and get them that way? Everything costs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Trust me. Like when we started, we learned a lot the hard way. So when you're doing your own cigar line, how much time you're investing into your brand design, your logo, right?
Yeah. And your website. So I know your website is pretty nice, man.
It's okay. Trust me. I need to pay a designer to make that shit the way I wanted to. But again, I gotta wait for funds to get better. But I want to make that site even better. It is plain to me. I'm actually not even happy with it, to be real with y'all.
It's better than some ones I've seen, bro. So get these flowers, man. It's all right. But I noticed though on the site, do you only maybe I read it wrong? Do you only sell the 5-pack?
Yes, I did that intentionally. Like I said, I'm trying to get the stores the opportunity, right, to flip our cigars, not them buy the boxes from us. We don't want you buying the boxes from us and not getting from the retailers that supported us. You feel me? We want you to be able to taste our cigars on our website, yes, but we don't want you buying the boxes from us.
Yeah. So we got Mr. Steal Your Girl on here. What's going on, G? So he's a lounge owner out of Memphis, man. So if a lounge owner came to you and said, "Hey, man, I like your brand, I like your line. Let me get your cigars in the lounge." Do you have a box minimum? Do you have a purchase minimum to get lounges to get in lounges?
For me, no. Listen, you want to buy one box, you buy one box. You want me 5, you buy 5. Listen, I'm not here to squeeze you, but if you say to me, Al, can you come to an event for us? You buy 5 boxes. I'm like, well, you gotta buy 25 more. You know what I mean? I gotta pay for the flight and hotel. Gotta be able to get there and come back. I'm not trying to make money. I'm trying to break even. I'm trying to get our brand recognized to the store.
So somebody never had a Family by Louis cigar. What would be the one cigar out of the Wolf Pack? What would be the one cigar you say, "Hey, try this one. I think you would like it"?
Skull, the Yellow Band.
Why is that?
Yeah, Cuba. First and foremost, that second, that Cuba Brazil wrapper really helps that cigar shine. And the second one, to believe it or not, is a Connecticut one, which is twin brother. Same flavor, same strength and transition profile, right? And the third one, it'll be between Frecky and Fenrir. And the last one will be Jerry, the Ecuador Habano. I love my Habano, but a lot of people seem not to be Habano fans, and they don't tend to give Jerry a try. And at PCA, a lot of people spoke to Habano, and they're like, "Wow, this is an amazing Habano," because it's not your traditional Habano.
I gotta tell you, man, I might want to try that just because of the name Jerry, bro. Can I smoke Jerry?
Right. But if you want to smoke Frankie, you feel freaky, go ahead.
Hey, man, we've been rocking and rolling for about an hour and a half, man. I want to open the floor up one last time for questions. Anybody? Any questions, please?
I don't have any questions.
Come on, Turk, man. You already in the West Coast. You ain't got no West Coast questions? I know I hit them all on the head. Come on, Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Please forgive me. I'm late to the party, so I missed just about everything. But it's good to see you. If you would, sir, give me your information. Let's chat at a different time. Let's see about doing some business
together. Definitely. What's your information IG so I could real quick hit you up?
The G Spot Memphis. That's on Facebook and Instagram. The G Spot Memphis.
All right.
I see you. I see you laughing, Lola. I see you laughing, Lola. We ain't gonna go there yet. Hey, we've been rocking and rolling with Allen Sanabria, with Family by Louis Cigars, Family X Louis on Instagram, Family X Louis Cigars on his website. So Al, man, I asked one last parting question, bro. Why should somebody buy a cigar, or maybe even a cigar pipe? Why should somebody support your brand, bro?
Well, just to put it simply, if you are tired of one-dimensional cigars, if you're tired of cigars that don't pull well, if you want cigars that fill your palate with smoke and flavor, you are gonna come to us You're gonna buy our sticks. You're gonna buy from the lounge to support us because you're gonna enjoy the experience. And then when you learn about the brand, you learn about who we are. You're gonna support us just because of who we are, right? The stick's gonna keep you buying, right? But it's our way of thinking, our way of acting, our way of behaving that brings these cigars to life.
Right on. I like that, man. I like that, man. So we on here with Allen Sanabria. This is Whiskey Wednesday with your boy, Family by Louis Cigars. I do this every Wednesday. Please catch our next episode. I know I'm behind, y'all. I'll get them all posted on Cigar Rockstar TV on YouTube. I'll get them all posted. I know I'm behind, but you're missing some good stuff. I promise you. Tune in, like, follow, share, subscribe, all that mess. I hate talking about me, but I'll see y'all next Wednesday.